Today's video uncovers prison abuse of power. We delve into Charlene, a guard crossing professional boundaries through an illicit inmate relationship. Discover the repercussions of her actions.
Is that unprofessional of me? I don't know, I'm sorry, but I'm just like, damn. You got a room? Okay.
Officer Reyes, in the midst of an investigation, inadvertently draws a bystander's attention. Initially, his inquiries seem benign, typical of any police officer's routine. The passerby has no reason for suspicion. After all, he is a law enforcement official. Unbeknownst to her, Reyes harbors ulterior motives. Officially tasked with hunting a murder suspect, he instead seizes the opportunity to engage with an individual who has piqued his interest.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I heard some noise in that direction, but I didn't...
Okay. Oh, do you live around here?
Yeah, I stay at the motel.
Reyes transforms a standard investigation into a deeply personal encounter.
What's your name?
My name?
I'm Eric.
Suddenly, Reyes sheds his law enforcement persona to flirt with the woman. He avoids mentioning his police role and even adopts a fake name, a move that strays from both professional conduct and typical romantic advances. Now armed with her name and her hotel details, he opts for a more direct approach.
You're sexy. Is that unprofessional of me? I don't know, I'm sorry, but
At that moment, Reyes obtained the woman's phone number and subsequently used police resources to research her background. Discovering her criminal history, he planned to exploit this information during their later encounter at the hotel. Believing she was meeting Reyes under genuine circumstances, the woman was unaware of his true intentions. He presented her with a coercive ultimatum: engage in a sexual relationship with him or face incarceration. Claiming to be conducting official reports to his department, Reyes took advantage of the victim's fear of returning to prison. However, once the incriminating footage surfaced, Reyes resigned from the police force, facing severe legal consequences for his actions. Charlene O'Banion's story illustrates how individuals in authority might misuse their power for personal gain, a scenario not uncommon in the prison system. Guards like Charlene wield considerable control over inmates, enabling potential exploitation.
What is being investigated could be a criminal investigation, and it could just be internal. But I tell you that to tell you that this is a voluntary interview. If you don't want to talk to us, you're welcome to walk out at any time. We were notified of a possible improper relationship between you and Jacob Parker.
These detectives received a tip-off that Charlene and Parker had been secretly seeing each other while he was serving at Conroe, Montgomery County Jail. Parker was far from a model citizen and was locked up for crimes including possession of a firearm and resisting arrest qualities. It seems attractive to prison guards, Charlene.
Don't like anything about it. I mean,
Do you know who I'm talking about?
he's in Pod 6.
Okay.
I mean, he's just a trustee that we have, around.
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that? Not at all? Okay. Is that cell phone number you gave me, is that a cell phone or a house number?
It's a cell.
Okay. Do you have any other cell phone numbers by chance?
Mm-mm.
Where do you typically assign in the jail?
It depends. Sometimes I'm in Pod 5. Sometimes I'm in, like today I'm in E-Quad.
The detective, equipped with the answers, offers Charlene a chance to share her story through a series of questions, an opportunity she rejects by choosing to lie. A candid admission at that moment could have saved her from what became one of the most uncomfortable interrogations ever.
I think he's in laundry. I've seen him in laundry. I don't think he's out on the floor or anything like that.
And where would you think that this allegation will come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker, and he got out of here for I don't know what period of time, and he tried to contact me on Facebook, and he sent me a message, and I blocked him on Facebook, and I guess one time Parker was going back to E-Quad to use the bathroom, and he was talking like at the window with me, like at E-Quad, because I was at E-Quad, he was talking through the window, and I guess Coker didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything, and I don't know why, he went up to, I don't know what was said between them, but he went up to Parker and said something, and then Parker ended up went back to the laundry. And Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her, or something crazy like that. And I kind of just brushed it off. I was like, whatever, like, because he had already returned. Like, he was out and then he returned. And when he was out, that's whenever he tried to contact me. So, but again, I never spoke to him or anything like that. And I mean, that was that. I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, don't listen to him, and that was it.
Okay.
Currently, Charlene attempts to navigate through a complex situation where, typically, it would boil down to her word against the detectives. Her best strategy could have been to maintain composure and persist with her lies, possibly securing her escape. Whether her narrative was premeditated or improvised on the spot, the detectives are clearly not convinced by her explanation.
So, I'm just not trying to be rude here. Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago, I'm just trying to get where you're getting at there. You said you were kind of expecting something like this.
I don't know why, like, this, I'm wondering if, like, Coker maybe said something, like, to get him in trouble or me in trouble. Like, I don't know if that's the only thing I can think that's, like, related that has anything to do with Parker.
The detectives then unveil a crucial piece of information, indicating they know far more than they initially revealed. They suspect Charlene of violating the Prison Rape Elimination Act of 2003, a law designed to prevent sexual abuse within prisons. This legislation explicitly prohibits sexual assault and misconduct, including both inmate-on-inmate and staff-on-inmate encounters. Key to this act is the principle that prisoners cannot legally give consent, paralleling the legal stance on minors. Therefore, any sexual interaction between a prisoner and a staff member is classified as abuse. Charlene's response to this revelation could critically influence the outcome of her situation.
So, I was kind of told of this about, what do you think, just about 45 minutes ago? So I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from. But I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls. And there's jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded. So I don't think you're being completely truthful. I kind of know that you're not, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah. No.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you. You kind of get one shot at this of being truthful, and people perception means a lot in criminal cases and internal cases. It's a huge deal. It sways people to do a myriad of different things, and this is kind of your chance to paint your own image.
Yeah.
So, can you kind of tell me what's going on here?
Charlene staunchly maintains her innocence, adamantly denying any involvement in a relationship, whether within or beyond the confines of the prison walls. She attempts to insinuate that the informant providing the tip-off is deceitful, yet the detectives see through her facade, allowing her to continue spinning her tale.
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. It wasn't anything like that.
So when you say y'all talked, like kind of dated a little bit before you started?
No, like he's never like my boyfriend. I just knew him from like.
Okay. So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature?
No.
Now that he's here?
Oh no. Now that he's here, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's never been like phone sex or anything like that. Like that's not. But like we all joke around, like we all make like like that's what she said type things, but it's never like.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone. I
just mean conversations you are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual.
It emerges that Charlene and Parker were far more acquainted than she initially disclosed, evidenced by over 400 documented calls cataloguing their intimate encounters within the prison. Additionally, discussions regarding their future together upon Parker's release were uncovered. Detectives are aware that Charlene's admission is inevitable, although it will likely follow a series of probing and uncomfortable inquiries into deeply personal matters.
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. My from what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point, is what
No.
I gather from these calls.
No, that was like in the world, but we never dated. We just
But you've had physical relationship with him when y'all were both
out.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was before.
Okay.
But it was, we never like had sex or anything. It was just kind of like that.
You gave him oral sex.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was before like I knew he would end up here or that I would end up here or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I know I'm sorry to get in your business, but
No.
the allegation's been made, so I want to have as much detail as I can
Right.
to say either way.
Mm-hmm.
So, when do you think that was about? I know it's going to be hard if it was a couple of years ago, but
Let me think. I want to say like in the past 3 years.
Repeatedly, Charlene stresses to the detectives that all interactions with Parker occurred before his transfer to her prison. She recounts their initial meeting in Houston while out with friends, where they exchanged numbers and met casually a few times. Charlene insists this marks the extent of their relationship. However, the detectives remain skeptical. Charlene further asserts that they have never been alone together in the prison, but have communicated via phone. In just a quarter of an hour, Charlene's narrative shifts from minimal acquaintance to regular communication, a fact that continues to raise suspicions for the detectives. Consequently, they opt to deploy their secret investigative tool.
a recording of just the most recent call for us to listen to. And kind of my intent behind that is I still don't feel like you're coming out with the whole thing. So, like I said, I'm not trying to badger you or nothing. I just think that it's important that we know exactly what happened. So initially you said you kind of like played it off like you hardly knew him.
I mean, I didn't say that. Like just.
You kind of like stood there and thought,
Oh, right now.
Parker, yeah, I think he's in pot 6. But I just looked in the system, there's like almost 400 calls. So, between y'all.
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from, kind of how it would seem from my point of view. And like I said, no judgment here, I just want to know the truth.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
So before we go into all this, do you want to just tell me
that's.
the truth?
As the detectives inch closer to unraveling the truth, Charlene's unease becomes palpable. Despite the mounting evidence against her, she staunchly maintains her innocence, refusing to acknowledge any wrongdoing, even though she's aware that the detectives possess records of every phone call she's exchanged with Parker. Had she been forthcoming from the outset, she might have spared herself the discomfort of being confronted with their most incriminating evidence.
I really wasn't like tripping about that way story this week because I've won the last 3 games in a row.
You crazy, baby.
What about you?
Yeah?
Stupid.
Did you just call me a stupid?
No, that's what you sounded like a while ago.
No, I didn't say
Yeah, you did.
I mean, maybe just a little, but I didn't sound that. You exaggerated.
That's stupid.
Dude, I need to clean out my fridge, hey.
Do it, dude.
I'm putting the leftover macaroni and cheese in the fridge.
Oh my god.
Even though we all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat them.
I am.
It's gonna be like, it's gonna be like a fucking science experiment in that refrigerator.
It looks like that right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
Yeah, it's bad. It's not that bad, but yeah.
oh, I'm on your ass.
I need to clean that fridge out. I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Despite Charlene's claim that it's been a year since any involvement with Parker, the manner in which they communicate suggests otherwise to the detectives. Although she remains relatively still in her chair, subtle cues reveal her discomfort, crossed legs serving as a subconscious shield against the detectives. Her unease at being caught in a lie is palpable, yet little does she know that the situation is bound to deteriorate further from this point onward.
I mean, you're stuck with me regardless, but
Oh, okay.
I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine and wine. Super fine. Super.
Oh, God.
You are fine, baby.
Hmm?
You are fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Even following the playback of the call, Charlene maintains her denial of any incidents within the prison, insisting that all references date back to 3 years ago when they initially met. Persuading her to confess proves to be a challenging task. Consequently, the second detective assumes control, emphatically conveying to her that time is running out for her to make the correct decision.
You have any questions coming to mind, Chris? Yes. So, I've noticed one thing, and I want you to understand this about both of us. Both of us are veteran homicide detectives, okay? I've been doing this a while. Alright? You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in the 3 years ago. I find that hard to believe. Okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yes.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done.
Maybe it was the detective's tone, or maybe she was feeling outnumbered and cornered, whatever it was. It made her break, and suddenly she decided the game was up.
Yeah.
And honesty is the only thing that's going to help you with this. So my advice to you right now is to be honest with us. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not. None of that.
Then what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in the background.
In the back part of the quad? How long ago was that?
Months ago.
A few months ago? How long have you worked here?
Since April.
Since April this year?
Mhm.
Was he already here?
He was right.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been here? Don't know. Okay. So a few months ago, you gave him a blowjob in the back of B, correct? In this B quad, correct? Were there any other witnesses to it? I'm just wondering because
Like people standing around while I'm.
well, you work days, right?
Yes.
Were you working days at the time? That's why I'm asking. Was anyone around? Because I mean, everybody's up in daytime. The jail's locked down.
But I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
So that's not really up to me. Internal Affairs is aware of the allegation, and they will probably their investigation is separate.
As we conclude this investigation, it's evident that justice has been served, but questions linger about the prevalence of such abuses within our prison system. Let Charlene's story serve as a reminder of the importance of accountability and integrity in positions of authority. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for more content on uncovering truth and seeking justice.